Okay, so this part of the conversation, we're going to talk about Wix and Weebly and a lot of confusion in the district as it relates to those platforms. And we also need to throw in Wikispaces too, because that ultimately is what started this entire conversation on why nobody should be building in Wix or Weebly. So there's three parts of this conversation. One is how these platforms relate to teachers, how it relates to PTOs, PTAs, and then the third are organizations in the schools. So all three of those, at some point in some school, have probably used Wix or Weebly. So the easiest one to get out of the way first are PTAs. Somehow it got lost in translation through the communication that was sent out that we said that PTAs cannot have Wix or Weebly websites. That was never said. What probably happened was that someone read the phrase, do not link to Wix or Weebly websites off of your website. And a lot of people interpreted that in many, many different ways. When it comes to PTAs, this is going to be handled exactly the same way as it's always been done in SharePoint. And that is that you will create a page on your school website called PTA or PTO and then create a blank page. On that page, you're welcome to talk about your PTA or PTO. But the one thing we ask is that just link to their website. And when you create the link, make sure that when you highlight it and create it, that you click opens in new window. That is it, guys. Someone felt that we were implying that you had to take your entire PTA website and bring it into Edlio. That is not the case. Okay, 100% PTAs continue to do business as they've done outside of the school, however they manage their PTA website. Still 100% their policy. So that was the easy one. The next one is organizations. So when I say organizations, that could be anything from your school yearbook. I've seen nurses have their own Wix or Weebly page. Media centers in particular, over the years, I've seen build their own content. Counselor's Corner type pages I've seen. Here's what's going to happen with those. Assuming that those individuals managing those sites have CMS email addresses, we eventually hope to bring them into Edlio and start building their content there. It is a much, much better platform. It will continue to look like the school website. It doesn't look separate from the school website. That is going to happen, let's call it phase 2. That is not going to be a part of the launch. So the question is, how do we handle those links now? Very easy, exactly how you've been handling them in SharePoint, and that is very similar to how we're doing the PTA pages. You build a school resources page. Any non-Edlio page, if it is an external link leaving your website, you build them on that school resources page. So your counselor's corners, your yearbook staff, newspaper staff, if anyone in your school has been building on those platforms for an organization, not classrooms, not teacher classroom sites, we're going to talk about that last, go ahead and put them all on the school resource page. When you set the link up, make sure you click the little checkbox that says open in new window. And that's it, you're covered. We do not want you to put those directly in your Our School menu. So for example, I do not want to see, when you click on Our School and the menu pops down, I don't want to see Counselor's Corner as a direct link to a Weebly site. That's what that policy meant by do not link directly to Wix or Weebly websites. If there's any questions on that, please email me. I'll put the email right here. That will clear up that. Now, after this video, immediately preceding, I'm going to do 2 tutorials, one for PTAs on how to set up a PTA page on your website and how to set up an organizational school resources page on your website. And I think that should clear up a lot of the confusion. The last one is teachers. So a year ago, we knew that Wikispaces, which CMS has used for years to build classroom websites, was going away. At that time, the communication went out that teachers should start moving over to the only 2 approved platforms in the district, and that is Google Sites and Canvas Classroom. So I'll say that one more time. The only 2 approved platforms that teachers should be building classroom content on are Google Sites and Canvas Classroom. And once again, this has to do with WCAG 2.0 handicap accessibility as it relates to any public educational institution. Those other 2 platforms, Wix and Weebly, are really, really poor choices for an educational experience with a child. So that policy If we see Wix or Weebly websites in the new faculty directory list and they've been connected, we're going to disconnect them. That was another question that we had regarding the teacher faculty list. Can we still hook up the teacher websites? Yes, that feature is still there. We will do a separate tutorial here in the video tutorial section based on how you connect a teacher website to a faculty directory listing. Could not be easier. But I think that covers it, guys. So that's it. Students, PTA, and organizationals, organizational structures. If you have any questions, let me know. But please stick around. Watch the next two videos. We'll show you how to build a PTA page, and we'll show you how to build a school resources page. And I hope that answers a lot of questions on a lot of confusion we get with Wix or Weebly. The bottom line here is a school webmaster does not ever need to build any type of content that's been sitting on somebody else's Wix or Weebly page. Okay? So if you have any questions, once again, I'll throw my email back up here. Please email me as soon as possible if you have questions on this after the tutorial videos. But other than that, thanks for watching. Okay, this is a very quick tutorial on how to set up PTA pages. There's a lot of questions in the district about setting up PTA pages on the new Edlio website. It could not be easier. I'm on Dorothy J. Vaughn's page just as a sample, and as you can see over here, they have a PTA page. Now, this is how you should not be handling your link. In their navigation, they link directly to the PTA page. We do not want direct links to third-party Wix, Weebly type websites. So what we want to do is to first, we're going to go ahead and click on that. And what I'm doing above the browser bar is I'm grabbing the link for that website. And we're going to come over to Edlio. And this is your Edlio categories. And like everything else you should be building, you're going to build it under Our School. You're going to create a new section, call that DJVPTA. That adds a section, and just like all the other pages you build, you have to build that page in that section. So we're just going to basically rename it the exact same thing, DJVPTA. Go ahead and save the page. And now in our content area, you are welcome to type anything you want in this area, but just for the tutorial purposes, click here to view the Dorothy J. Vaughn PTA official website. And we're going to set that up as a link by highlighting the entire area. Click the link icon, paste the URL. Make sure you trigger a new window to open up, a new page. Your target is a new page. Do not load third-party Wix or Weebly websites inside of your Edlio website. Click OK. Go ahead and save the page. And then the last step, as with everything else, you want to go to your site navigation. These are all the pages that will show up in your Our School menu. We're going to add a new item. We're going to select the page, drop this down, and this is the PTA page right here. So that's it. It automatically will bring the name in from the title of the page that you just created. Click Done. Do not forget to click Apply Changes. Save successfully, and then we're going to come back to our public view page. I'm going to hit refresh, go to Our School. Here is our PTA link. Click on that, and this is how we officially handle third-party PTA links in your new Edlio website. Okay, in this tutorial, we are going to talk about setting up a organizational school resource link page. I'm going to use Audrey Kell for this example, mainly because this is one particular school that over the years they've accumulated quite a bit of third-party links. I'm just going to pick two out of here for our demo, this PTSO information page, and let's find let's go ahead and do the National Honor Society over here. So what we're going to do is go over to our Audrey Kell dashboard. If you're a webmaster, this is the view you will get coming in. We're going to go to Pages. We're going to go to Our School. This is where you should be building all of your content. Click on Our School. You can see that this webmaster has already created some pages in here. I'm going to go ahead and create a section, call this School Resources. That creates the section, and as you know, you create pages in sections. So we're just going to go ahead and create our first page in that section and call it by the exact same name. And click Save. And this is the URL that is issued for that page. You are welcome to rename that as your first step if you want to, but for the tutorial, just to keep this moving, we're going to go ahead and not do that step. But what I'm going to do is right-click on PTSO information, and I'm going to copy the link address, come back over to Edlio, create a content window, and say click here to visit the PTSO website. Okay, and then we're going to set that link up, highlight it, click on the link icon, paste the URL from SharePoint. This is very important. Please make sure you select a new page. Click OK. We're going to go back to that Audrey Kell site and grab our National Honor Society information link, copy the link address. Your experience on a PC may vary slightly, but it should be pretty much the same. Click here to visit the National Honor Society website. Go ahead and link that up. Click OK. And you're welcome to put some formatting on these if you want to. I'm going to do an H3 tag. And you are also welcome to put bullet points if you want, or use a numbering system. Let's go ahead and do a bullet point system. We're going to go ahead and save that page. And then what I've done over here, this is Audrey Kell's public view site. Don't forget, you do not see it immediately automatically in this menu. We have to go back to our site management, site navigation. Come down here, go ahead and create a new item. We are going to select a page in our website, School Resources. Drop this down, there's our page. It will automatically bring the name in for the website. Open it in the same window. We're going to select that in this particular situation because we are going to an initial Edlio page. Click Done here. Click Apply Changes. And now we're going to come back to the public view and go ahead and refresh the page. And we should see now a School Resources. If we don't, occasionally you may need to go ahead and refresh the page twice. And here we go. Here's our School Resources page. And this is exactly how we would like all third-party Wix or Weebly organizational websites to be linked up initially. Eventually, we would love to see this content come over into Edlio and assign rights to that faculty member email address, which is, we can talk about that later as we go down the road. But for now, this is how we would like for you to set up all your external organizational Wix links.